Hey everybody, it's Greg Grace. We're here in the Bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And what's the difference between underwriting on a residential loan versus a commercial loan? And I'm recently going through this. That's why I said, let's make the video. I didn't realize how glaring the differences are. I always thought that a commercial loan, meaning a rental property or investment property loan, would be much harder because it's more risk, especially for the bank. I'm not living there. There's tenants in there, etc. But I've come to find out it's the opposite. Now, when you apply for a residential loan, they're going to pull up your credit report and see any and all debt that you have and what your monthly payments are. So if you got a car loan, if you have student loans, if you have a personal loan, maybe a line of credit, a home equity line of credit, whatever you have on your credit report, they're going to calculate and put all those monthly payments out there, put them together and say, okay, Greg pays $2,000 a month between his car, his loans, and his student loans. Greg makes $4,000 a month. So now Greg's got $2,000 left over of discretionary income to put down towards his house. What can $2,000 a month get me as far as a house goes? In this market, nothing. Right? In that example, I would probably get approved for like a $100,000 mortgage. So how do you improve that? What you do is you pay off that debt. Or a second option is, if you have a business, you put the debt in your business's name, and as long as the business is paying that debt, typically for 12 months or more, an underwriter can omit that from your calculations and not hit you for that debt. So if I put all this debt, $2,000 into my business, now I have $4,000 a month of discretionary income, and therefore my mortgage amount could be approved for more. So that's how it works in a nutshell on the residential side. For the commercial, most times they're not even looking at your personal debt. They're not even looking at other properties, okay? And they're not even looking at bank statements most of the time. They are hyper focused specifically on the investment property that you're buying. So if you're buying a 6-family, the rent roll is $6,000. They're going to say the mortgage is $3,000, the taxes are $500, the insurance is $200. Boom. Here it is. Here's the debt to income calculation on that one property. And that's going to get approved no problem. And I had no idea how much more simpler it was. That's the market I've been in for so long. And I said, oh, residential, it'll be no problem. Way wrong. Okay, commercial is definitely the way to go, and it's because it's bringing in income every month. And the banks know that when it comes tax return time, you're trying to legally minimize your tax obligation and use the tools like depreciation, mortgage interest, capitalization, all of these things to reduce your taxable income. So they're not going to hit you the way that a residential lender would hit you and say, oh, well, you wrote off all this money, you only made $1,000 on this property. They're looking at it pessimistically. Commercial lenders are looking at it optimistically. Like, wow, he made all this money, but at the end of the day, $1,000 is what he owes taxes on. Nice job. We'll give him another loan. So the mindsets are different. And keep that in mind. You could have the biggest, baddest, most successful business that there is, but then you go to get a pre-approval for a primary residence, right? You want to spend $500,000 on a simple house, and you're going to be jumping through hoops like you never even thought about before. Okay, and I've been dealing with that right now. It's like, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, all the income is in the business, but I'm not using the business to qualify. Lots of moving parts. So just want to make this video a quick one to let you know residential lending, extremely hard, extremely stringent, especially after the crash, okay, and the government backing a lot of these loans. They want it to be perfect to a T as much as possible. Commercial loans, definitely more forgiving, much more of a gray area, not backed by the government, and you'll probably have better success getting those done. So once again, Greg Rice here in the Bucket, your property and your loans managed.